Going to be going live here momentarily, so I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to help out here, and we'll get ready on the broadcast so we can get it out to the whole wide world. Elin Olive, take it away.
Elsa Dahl out of University Minnesota Twin Cities doing a great job. Gets to the tuck, looking for the stripe, and she will stop the clock with a time of 1:14.82. That'll put her just outside the top 20, so a good run.
Minus 10, 9, 8. The clock is operating. We're underway. Endeavor, go at run left.
Seconds left. 48 seconds on the clock here as she has the 9th fastest time at the intermediate split shack. And she is coming down with about 6 gates to go. Does a great job getting low.
Minus 10, 9, 8. The clock is operating. We're underway. Endeavor, go at run left.
As we have CU Sloan Goldberg on course right now. Taylor Loomis just started her run, so it's going to be a lot of great racers coming through. That is serious action.
And hi, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the USCSA National Championships as we finally go live here from the Thunderbird Trail of the USCSA Broadcast Network. Boss Hogg and Elin Olive on the microphone as we welcome our viewers in on the World Wide Web. Just a little bit of technical difficulty here to start, but we are to live action here on the Thunderbird Trail. We are about 35 racers here into run number 1. A big field of ladies here in GS run number 1. 135 of the best college athletes have gathered here in Bend, Oregon at Mount Bachelor. And right now we're looking at Boston University's Taylor Loomis. She is finished and into the finish corral with a 1:08.15, a good first run for Taylor Loomis. Let's go down our top 5 here real quickly. In the 5th slot, it is Emily Sten from Castleton University. In 4th, Babson's Julia Wyachek. Tommy Joe from Northern Michigan University in the 3rd position. Clarkson's Ariana Welter in 2nd. And your leader from Rocky Mountain College with a speed time, 1:01.51. She's got the target on her back. It is Eulalie Giroux from the Battling Bears out of Billing. Meanwhile, live action now. We've got Anna Potter from San Diego State University on course. She'll be followed, and she has skied off high atop, wearing bib number 34. That's a tough break. That'll be the end of the day for Anna Potter. Here from the University of Colorado at Boulder, it is Jenna Blatchford. Blatchford, wearing bib number 35. Had a little difficulty high atop, but has picked it up as she makes her way through the lower third now. 5 gates to go. And she is ripping here into the final 3. She can spot the line and grab the stripe. And across safely, it's Jenna Blatchford from Colorado Boulder with the 9th fastest time. She would have had a real speedy time, though. She struggled up high and then really picked it back up halfway through. So a good first run. Here on course now, it's Caitlin Bumpers from the College of Idaho. Caitlin now coming out of the top 3rd into the center section. And then you'll see the hard left-hand boot where the whole trail begins to shoot towards the skier's right, looker's left. And she safely navigates that section. Now coming down to our lower camera, she'll get picked up. And here she is. She's got 5 gates to go. She'll grab the tuck. And Caitlin Bumpers from the College of Idaho, the Yotes out of Caldwell, always bringing the heat here at national championships. And she'll cross the line with a 1:07.64, 14th fastest for Caitlin Bumpers. Alice Pomey now from Castleton in the top half. And Pomey now skiing well, really laying the edges over. Look at the form here. Good stuff from Alice Pomey from Castleton, wearing bib number 37. She was 3rd fastest at the split shack.
Yeah, this is a really great run right here. Just some quick course information. 42 gates, 41 direction changes. Erin Flynn is your course setter today.
That's Alice Pomey from Castleton. 3rd fastest time of the day, 1:03.65. Morrison Travis now from Babson, wearing bib number 38. And she is now on course. You can see her coming out of the top third, now into the center section. It flattens out, as you can see there in that center section, and then just drops off the cliff as they make their way into the transition. This Thunderbird Trail, it is super tough. Lots of stuff to really have to navigate. Speed changes, direction changes. And that's how we like it at the USCSA National Championships, as we see Morrison Travis from Babson wearing bib 38 now across the line with a time of 107.94. Still no change in your top five. Wyachek, Sten, Wyachek, Joe, Pomey, and check that. Alice Pomey did slide into third. So a shakeup. Fifth now is Julia Wyachek. Fourth, Tommy Joe. Alice Pomey in the third slot. Ariana Welter still in second. And your leader, Eulalie Giroux from Rocky Mountain College. We are fast and furious here as they fly out of the start shack here in beautiful Mount Bachelor on a gorgeous Tuesday morning. Glad you're joining us on the broadcast network. Boss Hogg and Elin Olive on the call as we see Regan Ollie from Northern Michigan University. She is no stranger to national championship competition, as Regan Ollie has laid down the 10th fastest time of the morning, 105.89. Now here comes the big dogs from Rocky Mountain College, Stein Gostad. Stein wearing bib number 40 now. Jerry Wolf, the Silver Fox, bringing the United Nations of ski racing to Bend this year. Always a powerhouse program. Great to see all their athletes. They really are just fine kids. And Jerry makes them that way. Of course, his wife Tara not able to make it in from Billings, but she will be back to Lake Placid next year. And Stein Gostad from Rocky Mountain College now safely in with the second fastest time, 103.42. How about this? She's going to slide Ariana Welter down a slot and take a look at who the top two positions in this run number one belong to. Rocky Mountain College just bringing the heat every single national championships, and they lead the top two times here. It is Giroux in first with 101.51, and now her teammate Gustad with a 103.42. So certainly the Battling Bears from Billings looking like the team to beat again this year as well. Meanwhile, back to live action now. Charlotte Morris from Colgate safely across the line in a 106.40. 13th fastest here in run number one. Wearing bib number 41, that's Charlotte Morris from Colgate in her first USCSA National Championship.
It's always kind of a nerve-wracking situation to come here to your first national championship.
Especially when you don't have the athlete bios in the order you want them in, right? So you'll learn that the next time, won't you? Poor Elin has been like a chicken with his head cut off here trying to find the athlete bios. Of course, all the athletes fill out bios, but I think I've been doing it so long that I know when I see a new name. I know if I've called it before, so I know if they've been here usually. Lancia Carson from the University of California, San Diego. Boy, they brought a great alpine program here to Bend, Oregon for this 46th National Championships for the USCSA. And Lancia Carson is across the line with a 116.19 here in run number one, wearing bib number 42. She'll be back later on this afternoon for run number two. We'll take the times from this run, we'll add them to the times of this afternoon's run number two, and that's how we'll crown our national champion here for the ladies GS. Meanwhile, to live action, Kate Young from St. Olaf. St. Olaf always bringing the heat here, both in the Alpine and the Nordic competition. And Katie Young will cross in a 106.28, wearing bib number 43. Not only do they ski well in St. Olaf because it's just cold up there, but they sing beautifully too. Elin, I don't know if you knew that or not, but their choir is as good as the Tabernacle Choir. In fact, they've performed with the Tabernacle Choir before. They're that good. And the school famous for, of course, that whole program, but becoming more and more famous for their ski program. Here is Megan Ryan now. And Megan from Georgetown University, the Bulldogs here, haven't seen Georgetown in a couple of years. They had a great regional championship, qualified here for the Nationals, and they brought the whole ladies team with them. And here she is across the line. It's Megan Ryan, and a 113.69 for the Bulldog, wearing bib number 44. So a good first run for Megan. She'll be back later on this afternoon. Here is Shona Flake from the University of Oregon, the Ducks, in their first national championship in some time. In fact, in a long, long time, maybe ever. Great to see the Ducks out of Eugene, Oregon, with the programs, all of the programs. Of course, their track and field storied program, now the football team with Dan Lanning from the University of Georgia has brought that to heel, and they are in the top 5 now. And the ski team here for their first USCSA Nationals, and showing a flake now across the line, 113.90. So quack, quack, go Ducks. Great to see them here, the hometown favorites. And Bend and Mount Bachelor.
Nursing major from Round Top Mountain Resort. This is her first national championships.
Our lower camera's a little hot on the white balance. We'd like him to maybe darken that up just a little bit. Meanwhile, that is Isabel Sebeline from Messiah, 117.73. A good first run for her. Here is Hokalani Caroselli now from the University of Maine, Farmington. And she makes her way into the final 8 gates now. A good first run for Caroselli, and Caroselli will cross the line in a 111.13. That's 29th fastest, so she'll have to wait to see if that'll hold up. Remember, we take the top 30 times here in run number 1. We reverse them. We call that the flip in alpine ski racing, and that's the order they come down in run number 2, starting with 30th, then the 29th, the 28th, all the way down to the first fastest here in run number 1. Here's the Husky from the University of Connecticut, Kenna McKay. McKay wearing bib number 48. I hope I'm not hatcheting Miss Kenna's last name. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
That's great. She hit the stripe. 109.93 for Kenna. Great to see the Huskies, the Lady Huskies, back again. Always a powerhouse in the Alpine Ladies Division. And Kenna brings it in with a 109.93, 29th fastest. So she, too, close to that bubble we call the top 30 racers. Of course, all the ladies trying to get into that top 30. You want those prize starting spots. They changed the whole course up. They don't run the same course in run number 2. A different course set. They do not get to practice the run. They have to actually look at it. They call that the slip, but they go slow. They're not allowed to travel through the gates. They can ski next to the gate so they can see their positioning and kind of get an idea as to what they have to look forward to. Of course, the ski racers radio information back to the top for their teammates. So if there's any kind of course corrections or things they need to look out for, they have that information. But ski racing's a tough sport, folks. And if you've never been to a ski race, we invite you to come. We're going to be here all week here in beautiful Bend, Oregon at Mount Bachelor, and we hope you'll join us here on the Thunderbird Trail. Meanwhile, back to live action is Hannah Getz from Clarkson University in bib number 49. Hannah now grabbing the tuck late and into the final 4 gates. Good speed here in the bottom third for Getz, and Getz will cross the line with a 107.94, good enough for 21st fastest. So a good run for Clarkson's Hannah Getz, and Clarkson bringing some good skiers down here in the first 50 racers.
Yeah, and Hannah coached by one of the more recent USCSA legends, Lorenzo Meccaccini. From, of course, he won the overall competition back in 2023.
National champion is what he is. Paul Reckberger ran that. He was a national champion. He was running the program until last year. Lorenzo took over. And, how great of a legacy contribution is that when the ski racers come through the programs, they win national championships, and then they go on to coach the programs. Hats off to Lorenzo and his team. Haley Kutzer now from Northeastern University. Haley with a 107.96, 23rd fastest here in the morning session. She's skiing bib number 50. And a good finish for Haley Kutzer and Northeastern University.
When asked what her favorite USCSA memory was, she said the costume race where we all dressed up as hot dogs for the last GS race of the season.
Now we've got a hold on the course here. Take a look at our top 5. Tommy Joe from Northern Michigan University. She skied out of the first position. Boy, what a scary thing that is to be number 1 out of the start box in run number 1 of the first race of a national championship. But she had no problems. Tommy Joe with a 103.85, good enough for 5th fastest so far here this morning. In the 4th slot from Castleton, it's Alice Pomey. Alice with a 103.65, so 2/10 faster than Tommy Joe. In the 3rd position from Clarkson, Ariana Welter. And Welter with a 103.61, so 4/100ths faster than Pomey for the 3rd slot. Then it's Rocky Mountain College all day, every day with the Speed Demons. In second, Sign Ghostad. Ghostad with a 103.42, so a couple of tenths faster than Ariana Welter. And then the Speed Demon just out of nowhere. Clearly had the right breakfast this morning. Almost 2 seconds faster than all of the rest of the competition, all loaded in there at 103 point something with a 101.51. Almost 2 full seconds ahead of her teammate from Rocky Mountain College. Your leader here in run number 1, it's Eulalie Giroux.
Yeah, it looked fast. It was fast. It was everything that I think everybody expected from a Jerry Wolf coach run there.
Meanwhile, back to live action now. Dropping in from the start shack from Hobart William Smith College. It's Lily Winch wearing bib number 51. Lily, coached by Dale Solo Cup. Well, it's really Solo Truck. It's Solo Truck, but I call him Solo Cup. She's a biology and public health major, freshman, her first USCSA Nationals. Out of Marblehead, Massachusetts. She skis at Bristol Mountain, New York. She loved her regional competition at Bristol. And she likes Follow Rivers by the Magicians, remixed by Likey Lee. And Bluebird Skies, 20-degree temps and grippy surfaces is her favorite snow day. Lily Winch from Hobart William Smith College, right here at the bottom of the race course. And what a tough break for her. She's lost a ski, and it looks like she might have hit herself right there in her chest, and that's going to be the end of the day. That is a tough break when you get that close.
Louise Philcorn out of University of Massachusetts Amherst on course right now. As like might have a little bit of a hold happening right now with the gate, so she may get another shot at this one, boss. So Philcorn looks like she may get to get another shot at this, as it looks like we've got a little bit of a course hold here. Waiting in the start shack, it is Harper Randolph from University of Wisconsin-Madison. Still to come, though, we have Anna Grieslak, Bori Kim, and Audrey Gillenwater. Still a lot of firepower to come down this run here today. As Louise Philcorn, I think she got held up in that horse hold there. But it is Harper Randolph from University of Wisconsin-Madison getting ready to drop in at the top of this run. It is steep, it is turny, it is everything you would want in a national championship roller coaster ride for these young women today.
And it looks like we're back to live action now. Louise Philcorn from UMass, the Zoo out of Amherst. Of course, I know all about the University of Massachusetts Amherst for all of the wrong reasons. As a Deerfield Academy graduate and a student at 14, my freshman year I spent at Deerfield, just about 40 miles away from Amherst. And, of course, what do you do when you're, well, I'm not even going to talk anymore about it. We are at the 2025 USCSA National Championships here in Mount Bachelor, Oregon, and glad you're joining us. Boss Hogg and Elin Olive on the microphone. The Thunderbird Trail, that's the home of the Alpine competitions here all week long. Of course, today the Ladies GS gets things kicked off for this 46th annual meeting of the minds at the USCSA National Championships. Tomorrow, we'll bring you the men as the big dogs will take on 2 big runs of GS ski racing. Then back on Thursday for the ladies slalom. Friday, it's the men's slalom. And Saturday, on Super Saturday, we'll finish things up with the dual panel where the teams race each other side by side in the most exciting ski racing you've ever seen in your entire life. We hope you'll join us. Super Saturday, we call it here at the USCSA Broadcast Network. And we'll fire it up 9 a.m. on Saturday. Don't forget, 3 venues wide of live broadcast coverage here across the USCSA Broadcast Network. Going on today at the snowboard free ski venue. Mark Oliver, the Beeve. He is joined by Adot Shova, and they will bring you the Rail Jam and the Border Cross and Skier Cross later on this afternoon. And then over at the Nordic venue, it is Trent Slider Rosenberg, all the way in from Bethel, Maine. He is joined by the one and only Mr. Game Show. That's Luke Dykowski. They'll bring you the Nordic coverage today. I think it's the 7.5-kilometer race for the ladies and the men. You can check that out. All on the USCSA Broadcast Network. Of course, Alpine on Channel 1, Snowboard on Channel 2, and Nordic on Channel 3. Back to live action now. On course from the Big Blue, Ann Arbor's University of Michigan's Anna Grizelak, wearing bib number 54. Anna, coached by Will Hallis. She's a nursing major, a sophomore at the University of Michigan. And she'll now make her way into the final 3 gates now. And it is a fast track out there. Great, great course conditions set by this Mount Bachelor race crew. They are fantastic. Just the whole operation here, led by John Perryman and his team, have been nothing but fantastic to all of us as we roll in. We were here, I guess 8 years ago we were here in Mount Bachelor for a national championships, and then we moved around and back again, and boy, it is nice to be home here in Central Oregon. Here is Bori Kim from the University of Virginia.
She's a neuroscience major, sophomore, loves racing at Bryce, and listens to music to visualize the course in her mind as her pre-competition ritual.
She has her music on her mind. There's no doubt about it. Now she's gotten run number 1 in the books. A good run for Bori Kim, the Cavalier out of Charlottesville. 117.16 for Bori. That'll be good enough to get her into run number 2 to later this afternoon. We hope you'll join us. We'll fire things up right at 12:15 today or sometime around there. Of course, you can check the schedule on the web at uscsa.org/broadcast and click on the broadcast schedule. You can also watch all the channels there and see all the archives from the last 10 years of USCSA Nationals, all at uscsa.org. Meanwhile, it's back to live action as Audrey Gillenwater from the University of British Columbia skiing with a small effigy of Mike Bisnair in her ski suit. Just a little tiny one. We'll tell you the Mike Bisnair story. They don't even know. Like, the kids on UBC don't even know who Mike Bisnair is, but I do, because he was the first guy that came out of the box on the first race that I called at the USCSA National Championships in 2008. That's how long, Elin, I've been doing this. Yeah, a long time. Well, you've been here a long time, too.
This is my 5th.
Your 5th year? Yeah, that's right. Nice to always have you here. By my side, my partner in crime.
Looks like we got Alexandra Griffin.
We did have Alexandra Griffin. What a tough break for Alexandra. Griffin was having a good run, and then it all of a sudden ends quickly. And that happens in ski racing. From Cornell University, she was wearing bib number 57, had a tough time high atop the trail. She skied off trail, and that's going to be the end of the GS for Alexandra. Sage Frudden from University of California, Davis, she's next. She'll be followed by Carolyn Mole from Penn State, then Macy Marinich from the United States Military Academy, Lily Mickelbust from University of Washington, and then UCLA's Samantha McKay will come down.